Once upon a misty evening, in a small yet overly populated village, there existed an ancient lamp tucked away in a creaky attic. Little did anyone know, inside that lamp dwelt a genie named Frederick, call him Fred, who was somewhat magical, somewhat sarcastic, and mostly bored out of his ethereal mind. Enter Molly, a curious girl from down the lane, with an uncanny knack for finding trouble disguised as adventure. Molly, having discovered the dusty, inconspicuous lamp during one of her infamous attic exploration escapades, decided, as one does, to give it a robust shine. Out came Fred, cloaked in layers of smoke and sarcasm, thinking it was yet another human seeking fame, fortune, or at the very least, a pet unicorn. Who dares summon the great Fred? He boomed, though his dramatic entrance was undermined by a sleepy dog. Molly, with eyes wide as saucers and utterly unfazed by Fred's less than impressive display, simply asked, "What's it like being all cramped in there?" Taken aback by such a peculiar query, Fred blinked, then chuckled, a smoky chuckle that sounded suspiciously reminiscent of a sneeze. "Well, it's mostly uncomfortable and cramped. Oh, and there's a draft. But you're not interested in my real estate woes, right? Let's talk wishes." Molly pondered, looking at Fred like a math problem that was supposed to be fun. "Okay, one wish. I want to have friends forever," she declared, imagination flying somewhere between Disney tales and misguided sitcoms. Fred raised a wispy brow. "Friends? That's a tall order for a century-long lease, don't you think? People change. Some move to Canada on a whim, join knitting clubs, or sign up for online cooking classes." Molly laughed. "Then maybe make them puppets. They can't just leave for the great knitting beyond, right?" Convinced by the odd logic, Fred snapped his fingers. With a bit of theatrical flair, he declared, "As you wish." Suddenly, Molly's stuffed toys wriggled to life and began a clumsy, albeit amiable, tap dance routine. "Voila! You'll never lack company," Fred said, bowing dramatically. "Just remember to wash them. They can't quite do that themselves, and no one likes a smelly friend." With a whimsical puff, he vanished back into the lamp, possibly to catch an ethereal nap before another curious soul needed company. Molly was thrilled, her room now animated, a fuzzy carnival of companionship. As for Fred, he enjoyed the first peaceful nap he'd had in centuries, hoping he'd be summoned next by someone just as entertaining.